Alrighty, we're live. Sanjay, welcome.
Thank you, Mackenzie.
Thanks for coming. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Should we jump right into it?
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty. So, Sanjay, what made you want to join Grad Jobs? Why did you join?
Well, first of all, I found out about grad jobs back in 2023, not long after I came to Australia. And at the time, I was looking for a job and it didn't go well. And then I started doing some research about how people navigate the job market in Australia, especially international students. And then I found out about grad jobs. And ever since then, I've been following grad jobs on social media like LinkedIn and YouTube. And I heard so many success stories. And I thought to myself that when I graduate, if I couldn't find my dream type job on my own, I could work with grad jobs. And then last February, I graduated, I completed my study, and I looked for a job on my own for a while. And then it didn't go well. So I decided to work with the grad jobs team.
Awesome. And do you mind telling people a little bit about your background? Because you have a pretty awesome background.
Yeah, thank you. My bachelor and MBA I got in accounting, and I worked for consulting firms like KPMG, Deloitte, and some other group companies in Mongolia. I came from Mongolia, and I also had the chance to work in USA about a year as an accounting analyst at the insurance company, and also I worked for the Crown Resorts Sydney about 10 months until May 2024, and my role there became redundant. So ever since then, I didn't do anything, and this is basically my professional background, and I recently joined a company called Recon. They are in the SaaS industry. We develop the software, accounting software, and others. And I joined the company as a financial data analyst, and it's going to be my third week next week.
Fantastic. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much. I'm still in the process of training, and the handover was completed last week because the guy I took from job went back to UK last weekend, I guess.
Fantastic. And I guess the question a lot of people are asking in their head is, Sanjay, he's got some amazing experience from Mongolia, worked at Deloitte, at KPMG, came to Australia, did the masters, but for some reason, the job search wasn't as straightforward as you thought it would be. You know, people would probably think that you just easily get a job, right? Why do you think it wasn't so easy?
Well, I think the reason it wasn't going well is that first of all, I think I was just using a traditional way of like submitting resume and cover letters and wait for reply or any response. But probably last few years, the job hunting has evolved significantly, probably ever since COVID or last few years for sure, because they started using a different systems and the process has changed a lot. And some of the probably most of the applications just do not get past the ATS or something like that. And also having a wonderful resume or outstanding resume doesn't mean that you will get the interview, because you will have to make sure that you have the right skills, technical skills. Also, you have the right passions. And also when it comes to international students, we do not have the Australian experience. And also some other factors like the visa conditions, work authorizations, all these factors make it really hard for international students. But there are so many successful international students out there who got their wonderful jobs. So the question becomes like, what did they do? How do I become one of them? So I did a little bit of research and I found out that having a professional coach who knows the recruiting industry trend and knows the better way to present your values in a proper way so that the recruiters and other people recognize your values. So these are the key strategies I didn't know, and I was able to know about them when I got the grad jobs program.
Awesome. And so things were a bit difficult, and then you kind of learned these new strategies, how to sell
Yes,
yourself
yeah,
well, and worked with our team.
that's right.
And so what happened after that? What was it a big change? Was it slow? Was it fast? How did it go?
Well, after I got to training and worked with the coach, my mindset totally changed and my confidence level like surged because I knew that what recruiters looked at, and I know that when I look at the certain job post, I can see that these are the key values they're looking at. So in order to make my resume or my profile align with those requirements, I need to do those things, particular things, as per discussion with my coach. And also, most important thing was that being able to like present your values in a proper way. So those are the lots of things, the most important things I learned from my coach, and yeah, that's it. And also my confidence surged. These were the key factors that I think I was able to land a job in a short amount of time because how your approach, your perspective really reflects, I don't know, somehow it reflects the result. Probably there's something that works beyond our logical thinking.
Yeah, definitely. And in the end, how did you actually get this job? Because you came in, you got the
Yes.
coaching, you followed the new strategies, changed your mindset, you improved your confidence, you're ready to go and get a job, and then you went out into the job market.
Mhm.
How did that actually look? Did you go and start networking? Did you send some job applications? Just talk
Mhm.
us through it.
First of all, after I finished the training, I revamped my LinkedIn profile. I improved my resume and cover letter, and also I wrote my first resumes. I had my first resume written by my coach, and then after that I learned a lot of things about, like, okay, even though I got the training, there were some key values that I was missing when I was writing my resumes. So I also learned a lot of things when my very first resume was written by my coach, and then I started applying for a job. And overall, I think I applied around like less than 10 jobs, and I got my first interview in second week, and I got my like second round interview within that week, and I got the job by the end of the week. So for me, it took about like 1 week to get the job. And before that, when I applied for 10 different jobs, I was first thing I thought most important was that the quality of the application, because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to send something that will never be seen by recruiters. And so I really focused on quality of my resume, and also I did analyze the job descriptions thoroughly, and I focused on aligning my resume and tailoring my resume to the job descriptions. And I also did the research about the company because when I landed the job, the first thing I got was a phone call, and I knew that this is a screening phone call, and I have to, when I speak, I have to have this kind of mindset. I have to focus on uh, like expressing like I have a passion towards this company, and also I have a, like, this was a financial data analyst role, and I have to let them know that I have a passion to work as a financial data analyst at this particular company. And those are kind of impression I tried to make while I was having a phone call. And also I did the follow-up as it was instructed during the trainings, and I gave them a call. If they didn't answer, I sent them a text message, I emailed them, and I got the interview. And after the interview, I sent them an email expressing that it was a wonderful opportunity for me to have this interview. I really appreciate the opportunity. And the following day, I got the invitation for the second round interview. And I also like clarified some of the things, like because those things are kind of making me more like making me kind of outstanding from the rest of the applicants, right? Because they know that this applicant was asking about this question, so he might be more passionate about this role. Or those are kind of little things that you advise during the training. I think I did everything. Maybe I did some of them like too much, but the good thing is that company, the management of the company really liked me, and I was able to land the job in the final round. Yeah, I think all the credit is just to the coaches and the frameworks they taught me. Yeah, it really worked, and it really worked in a short amount of time.
Yeah, wow, that's a pretty amazing result to get it that quickly. It's not, I wouldn't say that's normal for our clients, but it seems like you already had some great experience. You're already clearly very good at what you do. You're very talented.
Thank you so much. I also was thinking about that at the end of my first week, I didn't get any phone call or any interview invitation, but I was remembering that like Mackenzie was saying that like if you send for like 10 applications you send out, you will receive one interview, right? Statistically, that worked for me. I know that you mentioned that during one of the courses, and it really worked for me accurately. And another thing was that the affirmation. Every morning I've been like reminding myself that I'm gonna do this, and I will be the person like that. And it's really kind of what really happened was the actual thing I wrote in my affirmation. And it worked. I don't know how to explain that this kind of thing is possible, but that's the fact now.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Is that the
It is,
first
yeah.
time that you've tried affirmations and kind of manifesting?
Honestly, I've listened to so many podcasts about those like supernatural powers and changing the mindset, but I've never done it in a real life. And then as soon as I start a grad jobs program, I just did everything from the beginning as it was instructed. I didn't have any like skepticism. I just did everything as my coach told me, because after following grad jobs like about 2 years on social media and heard so many success stories, I didn't have any skepticism at all. So I just did the job, and it worked. I think it probably highly depends on the mindset or skepticism about the person as well. If someone probably not 100% sure about the potential results, probably it's not going to work like it worked for me. For me, I felt like I was doing the right thing 100%. I'm going to do it because it's going to work for me 100%. That was kind of my mindset since the beginning. And also, these skills are not gonna be unique to the job hunting. I think these are the skills that can be applied to many different areas of our lives, and probably it will be kind of my approach towards everything for the rest of my life. If we could really imagine about our desired result, and if we really could remind ourselves that we are capable of doing that, the things will come. That's
100%.
kind of person I am right now.
Yeah, it's very powerful. I remember when I first came across it, I started doing it, and within like a few weeks, I started seeing results.
Nice.
And
yeah,
it was just unbelievable. And you start to quickly transform into a different person once you start getting the results.
Yeah. It's like It might just because of I have worked for the consulting companies, because when I was working as a consultant, I knew that some of the clients always skeptical about the frameworks that consultants recommend them, right? But and also they say that the result is not that good. The thing is, they do not trust the process. They do not do the job 100%. And the lots of things that the like especially the big consulting companies recommend is based on the research done for like thousands of companies all over the world, right? So those frameworks are extremely valuable, but some of the companies just kind of do not understand the true value. And I think when I was working as a consultant, that's something I understood, and I didn't want to make same mistake that others did. So when I started this program, I didn't have any skepticism. I thought to myself that I have to do the job and it will pay off the dividend. That was kind of my mindset ever since the beginning of this program. And I'm still so happy about it. Even though I'm on a probation period right now, I'm confident that I can nail this one.
You'll nail it. No problem.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay. And if we had to give some tips to people watching, like maybe they're in a similar position to what you were in, where they came for a master's or a bachelor's overseas and they're struggling with the job market, what would you tell them? What do they need to change to get the same results?
I think if you try to understand the whole thing, meaning that the recruitment industry in Australia, specific to Australia, it may take a lot of time. If you try to figure out everything on your own, it's going to take a lot of time. It's probably better to work with a professional coach so that you will have the well-planned approach that worked for like probably hundreds or thousands of individuals. And if you just do the right thing, following the framework that's been proven, it's going to pay off the dividend in a certain amount of time. But if you decide to do it on your own, there is no guarantee that you will get the result you desired in any time. So at the end of the day, it's just your decision whether to work with the coach or not. But the difference would be like you will be able to understand lots of important principles in terms of how recruiting process is how the recruiting process is carried out. And if you don't understand that part, you won't be able to meet the requirements that recruiters have, right? So if you really want to save your time, if you really want to get your dream job in a shorter amount of time, it's better to work with the professionals, because this industry itself is not like stable. It's very dynamic, because there are lots of applicants out there applying for the same job. So you need to make sure that you have to stand out from the crowd and get the job. In order to do that, you have to be invested, you have to understand the principles, and you also have to be really proactive. So all these things are really tiresome if you try to like. From my experience, I tried to do it on my own, and I felt frustrated. I felt hopeless. I also thought about giving up, but once you got the right principles, frameworks, it's gonna make sense, and that will make surge your confidence. So that's the main difference. So it's up to you, but working with the coach really is something you should consider, especially nowadays. The environment, I mean, the job hunting sector itself evolved significantly over the last few years. There are lots of things they are doing. There's the ATS. If you don't get past the ATS, there's no chance you get the interview. If you do not understand what the recruiters look at, there's no way the recruiters will choose you for the next round interview or something. It's very complicated. So it's also up to you to make the right decision. Yeah.
I love it. And I think it's really interesting because a lot of people out there, who have come here as master students,
Uh-huh.
they're not as well qualified as you. You know, you have a lot of great overseas experience. You're very good at what you do, very valuable. You know, have some amazing skills. And I find it pretty amazing that you're so humble as well, because despite all of this, you're willing to go, okay, it's not working. I'm going to trust these guys. I'm going to follow the process, despite all of the experience you have. So that's a lot of people don't have that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, actually, like I have heard like from so many people that you have a pretty good profile, so you should be like, it's gonna be easier for you to find a job, right? And I believe that probably I didn't do the right thing, and I applied so many jobs. I didn't go well. I got a reply from some of the recruiters, and they said that um, I felt like those are mostly like automatic replies, that I wasn't selected for the processes. And I would say that even though you have the outstanding profile, if you don't do the right thing, if you don't follow the right approach, it's not gonna work, because I felt like my resume hasn't been reviewed by any recruiters at all. Because if someone really looked at my resume, probably I would have a chance to get the interview at least. But I didn't get the thing that I was expecting. So um, so I thought like I I don't want to like wasting my time like this. So I just decided to work with the grad jobs, and I think this was the right decision for me to make. And because when I talked to other people who were looking for a job, they all say that they have been looking for a job 3 months, 6 months, some even say like a year, right? But I didn't want to be end up being one of them, so I just decided to work with the grad jobs because I've been, maybe there are so many other career coaches out there, but the grad job, I have been following you guys since 2023, almost like 2 years, and I've heard so many success stories and on this podcast, and I didn't have any reason not to work with grad jobs, and it was the one of the best decisions I've ever made ever since I came to Australia.
No, that's very, very generous. I'm glad. I'm really glad that you feel that way. Is there anything else that you want to share with people watching? Is there anything else we've missed? Any insights, any lessons, any tips, anything?
When I think about the job hunting, it's not just about like submitting the resume or applying for a job through LinkedIn or other websites. It's most important thing is it's very simple. It's just like sometimes we make a lot of mistakes like during our everyday conversations, right? We fail to express ourselves in a proper way. So if someone out there looking for a job and it's not going well, it doesn't mean that you are like you're not qualified. It means that probably you're not applying a right strategy when it comes to job hunting. So if you have the skills, if you have the experience, and it's not going well, it's not you, it's the strategy you are using. So it's better to understand that strategy and work with the coach, and so that your result will be like instantly changed. You will get the result. You will, because on the other hand, there are lots of statistics say that Australia has a shortage for so many occupations. That, and on the other side, you are looking for a job and you say you have the skills, experience, and you can't land a job. So there's a disconnect between them. So that thing that will connect these two dots is that the strategy. You have to contact the recruiters and be able to um, be able to present your values in a proper and professional way. That's the missing thing. So I would encourage anyone out there who's struggling with job hunting, work with the professionals who knows how it works, and you will get the result in a shorter amount of time. And don't waste applying for a job without any strategy, any passion. It's not gonna work, because there are so many other people who have gone through this, and they mostly like lost their hopes, and felt like they're not qualified enough for the job. So it's not true. So if you just apply the right strategy, it's gonna work for 99% of the time.
Awesome. Final question. This
Mhm.
is more for me, less for everyone else. How can we make grad jobs better?
Well, I didn't see anything that needs to be improved. I just want that, like, especially like people surrounded me, to work with my grad job teams, right? But in terms of your improvement, I don't know.
Or if
Because
you can't think of anything now, it's okay. You can let me know later. I'm just curious because I want to make it even better.
Because thing is, when I enrolled the grad jobs program, I have to do everything myself with the help from the coach, right? So I think that's the most proper way, because some people, before I enrolled the program, I was listening to other people who were talking about grad jobs. They're saying that they were expecting the coach to do the things for them, but I think that's not how it's supposed to be, because when it comes to technical skills, when it comes to background experiences, it's something that the customer must have in the beginning, because what coach will do is to guide you to get the location, to get the destination in a optimal way. It's like, I don't know how to code, but my coach will teach me coding. It's not gonna work that way, but my coach will help me to how to present yourself, how to present your value to the right job when applying for a specific job, right? So I think that's something really important about the grad jobs, and that's something I really liked it, because while I was working my LinkedIn based on the training, while I was working on my resume and cover letter, I grasped the concept. And then when I got those concepts, I feel like it's gonna work, because because the principle makes sense, because the framework makes sense. So it should work. So it's like, before I understood that, my confidence was like kind of medium, but after I got the concept, I felt like it should work because it makes sense, and that's how it started and how it paid the results. Yeah, I would say that overall the grad jobs program is perfect. If there is something that needs to be changed, probably um, things need to be updated as the market itself evolves. That's the only thing I could say about the potential improvements about the program.
Awesome. Did you go through the old course or the new course?
Well, I think some of them were the old ones, because I follow your posts on LinkedIn constantly, and you always kind of like update your courses based on new research data or new trends, right? I think some of the trainings I went through was the old ones, but basically I followed the instructions that Nicole gave me. She was my yeah, she was the one
Okay.
who guided me through all of this.
Got it.
When I had the first call with Nicole, I think she did some kind of screening or assessment, and she told me that, okay, Sanja, these are the required trainings for you, and I did them. And also I on weekly basis, I had check-in calls with her, and based on the results, she gave me what to do within the next week. So I just did everything that Nicole told me, and didn't do anything beyond that.
Awesome. And having Nicole checking in with you, was that valuable? Because
Yeah,
that's something
valuable.
we've been only doing basically since you joined, like since January.
Uh-huh.
Before we didn't have her role. So is it adding value? It's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a really good thing, because if there wasn't any weekly check-in calls, I wouldn't know if I'm doing the right thing or not. And then like if Nicole didn't tell me, Sanja, these are the required trainings for you because you already have the rest. And if I did everything from the beginning, probably it would have taken me longer. And for me, I started the program on March 8th, and following next 2 weeks, in the first week, I did all the trainings. And the second week, I worked on my LinkedIn profile and my resume and cover letter. Third week, I started applying for a job, and I got the job in the fourth week. So in a month. So I got the job. I got the job from fourth week since I joined the program.
So first 2 weeks were like training. Third week, you started actually applying.
Yes.
Okay.
And then by the end of third week, I told Nicole that, hey Nicole, I started applying for a job last Monday, and so far I applied for six jobs. And she told me that, okay, Sanja, now you have to increase the number of applications. And then starting from Monday, I promised her that, okay, I will be applying for at least like 3 to 4 jobs a day in order to increase the amount. And I got the call on Tuesday. And then, since Tuesday, I didn't apply for any job because I just focused on my interview. And also for my second interview, I had to have a presentation for the CFO of the company. Yeah.
Wow. Did you get preparation help for that one with the coaches?
Yeah, Arno helped me. Arno is one of the finance guy, and also Brooke. They both helped me. Brooke helped me for my first interview, and Arno helped me for my second one.
Awesome.
And both of them really gave me really insightful things that I had to talk about during the interview. Very insightful, very professional. I really appreciate what they told me while during the preparation. Was really paid off.
Awesome. Yeah, because this is really good. Because I thought when I hired Nicole to do the customer success management, I thought it was going to work well, but I didn't know. But the more I talk to people, the more I talk to clients, I'm realizing it's a very good mix. You have the customer success to keep you accountable, to keep you on track, to motivate you, and then you have the coaches from your field to give you the expertise.
Exactly. Because let's say that I was going to the wrong direction by the end of first week. Nicole would have corrected, right? So at the end of first week, I was like, am I doing the right thing? So I should have a call with Nicole and tell her that everything I have done so far, and ask her if I'm doing the right thing or not. And she gave me very valuable advices. And yeah, I think for you guys, having a Nicole and giving everyone like weekly check-in calls, I think that's important. It's gonna save a lot of time for both end of the client and the customer and the graduate team.
Yeah, fantastic. And okay, another quick question. I know we've gone over. Can I ask you a very quick one?
Yes.
So when you were outside of messaging or checking in with Nicole, you also were messaging support, the help email, right?
Oh yeah.
How was that? Did that make sense? Because you were talking, like you were checking in with Nicole, but then emailing Mary.
Yeah.
Did it make sense?
Yeah, sure. Because my understanding was that everyone like on the grad jobs team have their own specialization. So based on if I'm not sure who exactly to contact, I'll just send in a general query to the grad jobs email, right? And like even though I didn't know who exactly to contact with, the proper right person will contact back to me and with the answer from a question. So I think that was an efficient way to organize it. It was really helpful. Yeah. Otherwise, the first thing I would, if there wasn't something like that, the first thing I would do was contact Nicole and ask the contact detail from Nicole and try to catch up the person via email, or it's longer, right? In terms of the process, it's going to take longer. And just emailing directly to the grad jobs email was the most efficient way.
Okay, great. Okay, I think they're all my questions. So, Sandra, thank you so much for taking the time today. It was amazing to speak with you, and please keep in touch. Maybe in the future
Sure.
you'll come back and mentor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really wanted to give others who might be looking for a job out there valuable advices, and I would do my best if they want to like contact me and ask for any advices. And I try to like spell out everything I got from the program, but there might be some other things that I have missed. But I would be happy to help the people to find their dream type job. And because I know that there are lots of great talents out there who might be struggling with finding a job. But again, it's not you that's not qualified. It might be the framework, or it might be the strategy that you are applying for looking for a job. So do the right thing, do some research, and if you find the right framework, especially the well-worked ones, will help you a lot. It's going to save a lot of time and resources. And I just want you all to find your dream jobs and live the best of your life.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sanja.
Thank you, Kenzie.
Have a great week.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
You too. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.